so I just love my K-Cup machine. I love it every single day. It gives me a cup of coffee when I go, but what was bothering me was that every time I use one of these wonderful things, and I've got lots of different kinds, every time I use one, it's like I open it up, I slam it in there, I shut it, I make my cup of coffee, and then it gets thrown away. That bothered me. Plus, they're expensive, so there's waste and there's expense. So I found these other gadgets, but first let me show you. I opened one up, and here's what's inside when you take off the foil. It's not just coffee inside. There's coffee and see that little hole that's poked in the bottom when it makes a cup of coffee. This was used by a guest this morning who had a cup of coffee. Inside there's a little filter. Actually, here's another one. That one's washed out. Wow, it washed out really clean. There's a little filter in there. It comes filled with coffee. So I wanted a way to reuse these guys. But now, if you bought the K-Cup machine, or the Keurig machine, I call it a K-Cup machine, it comes with a reusable filter, which looks like this. I said, okay, so this is my solution. What's this all about? Unboxing here. It looks like a sprinkler head. Okay, there's a little thing inside. I would fill this with coffee, put it in there, put the lid on. I have one of these though, and it costs like 10 or 12 bucks to get another one, so I would have to do this each day, which kind of robs me of the convenience aspect. And then, wait a second, it doesn't go there. Oh, that's right, you have to take this whole unit out to put this in, and then you can make your cup of coffee. You know what? Way too much trouble, no convenience, plus if I wanted to get several lined up for a couple of days worth, I'd have to buy them at like 10 bucks a pop, so that is so not going to work. So I went looking around and I found these little, let's give that to somebody else who might want it, not me. Let's put that away. Oh, there's one of these. Okay. I found these things, look like poker chips with circles with holes in them, and they say mykcap.com. I didn't get them from mykcap.com. I got them on eBay. They were like half the price. I got a set of like 9 or something with a little brush. These I use to repack coffee. So now I take these things, I wash them out. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Look at over here. I have a whole bunch of them. I wash them out and I just dry them, and I have a whole bunch. Look at the holes in the bottom. That one I've used 3 times. Well, the original plus 2 more. That one I've used once. That one I've used once. I have a bunch of them, and some have 2 holes and some have 1. I use them until they have like 4 holes. I could go 5, but then they start causing me trouble. Anyhow, with these and these little cups, I can just repack coffee. That's old icky coffee. That goes to the worm compost. But here's some coffee. I ground it once a week or so. I'll grind a bunch of coffee and then keep it in the fridge. And I take a little spoonful and I pack it in here. Here's something I learned that you shouldn't do. Pack it in there real tight. Just because these appear to be really, really firm does not mean that you should pack it in there. I think it's like vacuum packed or something. First few times I packed these till it wouldn't go anymore, and I tamped it down, and I kind of had a disaster when I used them. They blew out the top. And I also felt the need to put little stickers on the top of each one. I put like little round stickers on there because I didn't want it to come out the top. Now I learned that all you really have to do is put in some coffee, a couple tablespoons. They come with these different colors, presumably so you could put like decaf green ones and red ones for something, favorite coffee, and orange, white ones for something else. But I just put the same coffee in all of them because this is my standard coffee. Here's something else you shouldn't do in case you were thinking of it. Why are you... Okay, my cameraman is giving me a signal. What's up?
4 minutes.
Oh, okay. I have to wrap it up in 4 minutes, no problem. Here's something else you shouldn't do. It seemed like a good idea to make coffee-flavored coffee. Chocolate-flavored coffee. And I packed a little Ovaltine in the bottom of each one, and then I put in the coffee. Don't do that. It was a disaster. Every single one had to be thrown away after I jammed up my machine. Turns out that Ovaltine at the bottom of the filter just prevents the filter from working, so don't do the Ovaltine. Look, I just did 5 of them. I'm going to do 3 more, and then I'll see how they work. I'll show you how to rinse them out. See, one of the beauties here is that in like 5 minutes, or however many minutes it's been, I'm packing enough for like the whole week's worth of coffee. I couldn't do it with that thing. And what did I pay for this coffee? I don't know, I bought some pretty good beans, and I keep them in the freezer, and I grind up just, you know, a few at a time. So I'll have these done in a jiffy. Here's another thing that I learned. Don't store these home packs on that nice little carousel. I love the carousel because my guests can see all the different K-Cup products I have. But if you store these on there, invariably you're going to knock them off. And because they have a hole in the top, they hit the counter and they spill coffee all over the place. Oops, I packed too many. Okay, that one's going to go back on the shelf. So these go away. Let's make myself a cup of coffee now. I'll throw that in there. Push it down. Push big cup. Go. Let's see if it works just like one of the others. And uh-oh, it doesn't work. Why is it working? Yeah, it works. I was just teasing. Here comes that beautiful brew. And it's just as good. And I'll show you what to do with the little cup when you're done. While it's brewing, I'm going to put these away. I store them flat. I just store them in the drawer. Don't show the drawer here. So I'll use those up this week. Someone off camera just said, am I almost done? Yes, I'm almost done. This didn't really take that long. And we'll show you how you take the little lid off, because you may wonder, gee, that lid fit on there really nicely. Zoom in on that. I'll show you how nicely it fits on there. Well, how do I get it off? If you order it on eBay, there's so many sellers. Just look for it's called mycap.com, cap with a K. It's not a K-Cap. I think this other thing, that's called a My K-Cup. That's My Cap. And there's probably some more. I know there are some single-use cups that you can buy, but still, they're like 3 for $15. Okay, so I'll take my cup of coffee, which I'll drink in a minute. Take this guy out of there. Usually I let it sit till the next time I need one. I'll take this messy little thing, take it over to the sink. You can follow me. I'm going to rinse it out in the sink. Come on. Okay. So I have this little gadget that they give you, and the top pops right out. And I wash those up. You can put them in the dishwasher. I dump that out so I can give it to my worms later. And you know, you could dump it all out if you wanted. Usually I just let it sit till they're cool. Comes with a little brush. You brush it out and let it sit to dry on your little composer heads. Even if you don't, you could dry them on something else. Stuff. Okay, so that's why I really like those little K-Caps, and I think that you could be a lot greener and enjoy your coffee just as much, save money and save the environment, still love your K-Cup machine if you use those little cups. I'm done.